Hi dear students. So today we are going to start new chapter. Its name is electromagnetic waves. So before going to the details of electromagnetic waves, first of all we should have a general picture, general outline about the waves. So for that we are considering waves in one dimension. Okay. So there are certain approximation we are going to use. So consider wave propagating along one direction through a non-dissipative and non-dispersive medium. Okay, so first we are considering the medium is non-dissipative. So that means the energy of the wave will not decrease during its propagation, and it's not dispersive. That means the different wavelengths will not move at different velocity. All waves will move at the same velocity. Okay, so if that is the case, then better we can draw the wave propagation in the graph. Let us give this as a direction of propagation and it's put as z. Okay. Now, so we have produced a wave of some shape, some pattern. Okay. Now this wave is propagating in towards the direction. Then after some time, if the medium is non-dissipative and as well as non-dispersive, we'll get the same shape here. So how will we draw the same shape? So better we can copy paste it. Okay, good. So this will be the case. So if you produce some pattern as a wave, then this pattern will move through this media, and its pattern that pattern or that shape will remain same after some time. Okay. Now let us keep this position is z and the time t. So at the position z at the time t, this is a shape. Now this shape must have come from the previous position. Suppose the wave is propagating the positive z direction, then this shape must be started from z minus vt at time 0. Okay, because this distance if initial time is 0, then the distance traveled within the time t would be equal to vt. Okay, so the shape at the location z at the time t would be same as the shape produced at time 0 at the location z minus vt. Okay, so therefore we can write this shape as some function. So this function which represent the shape of the wave at the location zt must be equal to the function at the location z minus vt at time 0. I repeat. So this f of zt, the function which represent the shape of the wave would be equal to the shape of the wave at the location z minus vt at time 0. So this we can write as some other function of z minus vt. Okay, so this is the one condition of any wave function. The wave function in one dimension must be a function of z minus vt. If z represent the location, the position, and v is the speed of the wave, and t is the time, then a wave function has to satisfy this expression. So this is the condition if the wave is propagating in positive z direction. So what should be the functional form of the wave if it is propagating in negative z direction? So obviously it should be equal to g of z plus vt if it is propagating in negative z direction. Okay. So if the wave is propagating in the opposite direction, then the function at zt must be equal to the function at z plus vt. Okay. Now, so we have just discussed what would be the functional form of the wave in one dimension. The wave function in general, f of zt, whether it is propagating in positive z direction or negative z direction, it has to satisfy, it must be a function of z plus or minus vt. The plus represent moves in negative z direction and minus represent the wave propagating in positive z direction. Now, what would be the corresponding wave equation that we can see? Okay, so what we can do is just put u as z plus or minus vt. Okay, then first find what is dou f by dou z. So dou f by dou z would be equal to dou g by dou u by dou z. Okay, so since I represented z plus or minus vt as u, f of zt I can write as g of u. So this can be written as dou g by dou u. What would be dou u by dou z? So dou u by dou z would be 1. Okay, next we can calculate what is dou square f by dou z square. That would be equal to simply dou square g by dou u square. Okay, next we can calculate dou f by dou t. That would be equal to dou f by dou u times dou u by dou t using the condition of partial derivative. And dou u by dou t would be plus or minus v. So it become dou f by dou u. Sorry. It's small error which came here. It is dou g by dou u. Dou g by dou u plus or minus v. If you differentiate it again with respect to time, dou square f by dou t square. Remember this plus or minus v is constant. So we'll get dou square g by dou u square. Okay, then you will get plus or minus v the whole square, that will be equal to v square. Okay, so dou square g by dou u square is dou square f by dou z square, and dou square g by dou u square is 1 by v square dou square f by dou t square. So what would be the corresponding differential equation? So differential equation we can write dou square f by dou z square equal 1 by v square dou square f by dou t square. So this is the differential equation satisfied by the wave propagating in one direction or in one dimension. So for one dimensional wave, the wave equation we can simply write like this. Okay, if it is propagating along z direction, whether it's positive or negative z direction, it satisfies the same wave equation. The wave equation is dou square f by dou z square equal to 1 by v square dou square f by dou t square. So once you know the equation, the wave equation satisfied by the wave, we can calculate or we can identify what should be the velocity of the wave from this expression. Okay, so the term which come with the dou square f by dou t square would be equal to 1 by v square. Okay, so that is why. Okay, so we can just summarize what we discussed now. So we have just discussed wave in one dimension. So the shape of the wave will remain same if it is passing through a non-dissipative and non-dispersive media. So then if you look at the shape of the wave at location Z at time t, then this wave must have come from some previous location at time 0. So it must be at Z minus Vt location at time 0. So therefore, if you represent the f for the wave function, so the wave function at the location zt must be equal to the wave function at the location Z minus Vt at time 0. So this can be written as some other function of Z minus Vt. So the first thing is, if you are looking for a wave which is propagating in positive Z direction, it must be a function of Z minus Vt. Okay. On the other hand, if the wave is propagating in negative Z direction, it must be some function of Z plus Vt. So we can take some examples. Some examples. So if you take the function f1 of zt, which is of the form a raised to minus b z minus vt square. Okay, so this is a function of z minus vt. So obviously this represent the wave propagating in positive z direction. You can take another function. Okay, maybe f2 of zt. So if it is a sine of bz minus vt plus phi. Again, this represent the wave is propagating in positive z direction. Now, if you take some other wave function f3 of zt, suppose this is a by b z plus vt square plus 1. Okay, so this represents the wave is propagating in negative z direction. So all the above two are propagating in positive z direction. So by just looking at the form of the wave function, we can say that whether what should be the direction of its propagation. Okay, and moreover, we can also tell about the speed of the wave also. Okay, if you get two terms, then the ratio between the time factor and the coefficient of time and the coefficient of space will give the speed of the wave. So we can get the information about the speed of the wave and as well as the direction of propagation of wave by just looking at the functional form of the wave. Okay, and finally, we have derived the differential equation satisfied by the wave equation. So differential equation is very important in physics because it is a local equation. It has to satisfy at each and every time at each and every location. So the wave equation satisfied by the one-dimensional wave, we can write as dou square f by dou z square equal to 1 by v square, dou square f by dou t square. So the term which is come with the second derivative of time of function with time is 1 by v square. So if you can derive this expression for any physical wave, we can calculate or we can look at the expression for the speed of the wave in that way. Okay, so that's all for now. So in the next video, we'll be discussing a physical example of wave in a stretched string. So see you then. Bye.